Hello to my Cancers. All right, Cancers. This reading is for the 18th through the 28th of April, which is going to push us past the new moon. The new moon, yeah, we have a new moon on the 26th, I believe. The 27th? Yeah, new moon on the 27th of April. So let's get into it. Let's get into your reading. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get right into your reading. All right, Cancers. All right, all right, all right. So we're talking about adding some structure to your, adding some structure in this last quarter moon so we can close out this cycle. Rose-colored glasses off. Rose-colored glasses off. All right, Cancers. Let's do it. All right. All right, Cancers. Let's do it. So, every word I speak is with love, truth, and good intention. So, some stuff is about to go down. Some stuff is about to go down, Cancer. Some stuff about to go down in these spiritual streets. Let's get it. That's right. That's right. Rose-colored glasses are off. I feel like your confidence is building now that some rose-colored glasses are off. I feel like because you all are really a sweetheart sign, Cancers, I feel like people take your kindness for weakness. And I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I feel like people take your kindness for weakness, Cancers. Because you all are you're just crabs. I mean, your symbol is a crab, Cancer. And I hear a lot about how people misunderstand zodiac signs just in general. And that's why I speak highly of all zodiac signs. Your sign rules fourth house. And fourth house is all about family. It's about the ancestral line, those kind of things. And I would just say it like for you all. And I'm not trying to placate anybody. I'm not trying to stroke anybody's ego. I'm speaking of high vibrating Cancers. Your fourth house is all about family, home life, sense of security, ancestry, self-care, traditions, inner emotions, maternal figures, pets. As long, Cancer, as y'all are nurturing people and pouring into people, y'all are water signs, y'all are sweetheart signs, all of that. As long as you all are at a high vibrational, pouring into energies, y'all are high priestess card, all of that, and people are benefiting from it. You're benefiting from your spiritual knowledge and all those things. Everything is great. Y'all go back into y'all crab shell. People are getting what they need, from you all. Everything is fine. Cool and copacetic is fine, right? A lot of you all are not, like really. You're comfortable in your shell, right? You're comfortable in your shell. It's not until you all come out. You remember, you all are ruled by the moon, right? And the moon, there's secrets with the moon. A lot of y'all don't know what's going on until you kind of come out of your shell, right? Because you're so comfortable in your shell. But the sun exposes the moon, exposes secrets. So when you start coming out of your shell a little bit, then it starts to expose like how people really feel. Like, remember, the moon exposes feelings, your intuition, whole 9 yards. Here we have 255 new choices. Changes are indicators. So changes are coming and will bring new decisions for you to make. Your angels encourage you to greet these changes as assurance that your intentions are coming to be. Reflect on a negative emotion or worry that you've been ruminating on lately. Take time to visualize it withering into the universe and let it go. Yeah, 255. Yeah, 255. I'm telling you all, 2 is, you see the number 2, it symbolizes peace, right? And there's 55, meaning it's a middle number, right? So anything that you feel like where there could be two energies that's kind of stuck and it's hard for them to move beyond something, right? It's hard for them to move beyond something and they are stuck, right? At that number 5, stuck at a number 5, like they stuck at a midpoint with something. And it's almost hard for them to decide whether they're going to increase your peace or disrupt your peace. You initiate the change. You're not letting anybody hold your peace in your hands. You initiate the change. Every word that you speak is with love, truth, and good intentions. Protect your peace. Protect your peace. It's that simple. Somebody has two interests. I mean, not necessarily love interest. When we talk about love interest, I'm talking about like agape love. Somebody has two people or two energies. I'll just say two energies. Energy could be people, place, or thing. Everything is energy. You could have two energies in your life right now who's trying to disrupt your peace in some way, shape, form, or fashion. That's going to be a no sir and a no ma'am. Okay? They could be trying to disrupt your pieces. As long as you are pouring into, everybody is smiling and happy. No, no, no. Yeah. Nope, you are a protector of your peace. You're a protector of your peace. So, nope. You're on top of some things. Yep, you're on top of some things. And you're very fortunate to be on top of some things. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, what goes around comes around. You're on top of things. This is number 10 right here. This right here, this is Jupiter. Jupiter is planet of good luck, good fortune. You're very structured. You're very structured. You're on top of some things. And this is what's making some people angry. This is where light high priestess energy is coming into play. You're on top of some things, right? And this is where you being in alignment with people who keep you in the light is working to your benefit, Cancer, is that there's two energies in your life right now that really thought that because you're a crab energy, meaning that you all go into your shell. And you all are really sweetheart sign that you all wouldn't be on top of something. So maybe you all recently worked with some energies where people thought, okay, maybe you all are naive or something. I don't know what people think about you all, Cancer. People start, I don't know, because y'all go into your shell. These could be people that you work with or whoever. I might think you naive. Listen, whatever. Trying to use somebody as a pawn in a game, trying to play mind games, like, okay, trying to play mind games with you. Okay, go play with somebody else. Yeah, trying to keep you and somebody apart. Play with somebody else. Yeah, y'all not the one. They trying to play mind games. Trying to use your words against you. You know, trying to put together a team of people. No. Go ahead and put together a team of people. Do what they need to do. Yeah. Worked on somebody, you know, like you have multiple streams of income. Okay, and what's that got to do with anything? What's that got to do with anything? Trying to play mind games. Trying to use somebody as a pawn, you know, in a game, saying you got multiple streams of income. That means they can put together multiple streams of income as well. They working together as a team. Right? What does that have to do with anything? You're on the rebirth side. You're on the rebirth side. These are two karmics. These are two karmics that have shown themselves to be your enemies. That's all it is. These are energies who are, when it comes to money and when it comes to emotions, they are unhealthy and wounded karmics. That's what they are. These two energies right here, who are trying to hurt you and trying to hurt someone else by keeping you and somebody apart. And trying to drag you into something. So no, every word that you speak is with love, truth, and good intention. Keep it very high vibrational. Not trying to play mind games. You don't have time for that. You're thriving behind closed doors. You are thriving behind closed doors. That's the whole point, Cancer, of staying connected to energies who keep you enlightened about things. You don't have time for the mind games. You don't have time for, you know, people who try to use your words against you and all of this other stuff, trying to play the mind acrobats, all of that. Stay away from people like that, who like to try to team up on people. Somebody has a leadership position that's coming your way. You have a leadership position coming your way where I'm seeing you working 8 hours a day. You know, you're a leader. You're a leader, period. Somebody could have had a leadership position where you were working 8 hours a day. People trying to play these little silly mind games with you. Somebody trying to drag you into some stuff from your past. Yeah, from the past. Some of you all, even if you're an entrepreneur today, you got paycheck stuff from your past job. Like, come on, like for real. You could end that situation, right? You're on top of everything. You're on top of it. Like I said, every word you speak is with love, truth, and good intention, right? Yeah, somebody's trying to demonize you. Somebody's trying to somehow demonize you. Trying to demonize you and somebody else. Trying to play silly mind games. Yeah, trying to make you and somebody feel worthless. This is actually sad. It's really, really sad. Like trying to tie you and somebody to something, trying to make you and somebody feel worthless. Um, that's why you don't make deals with the devil. This is the reason why you don't make deals with the devil. And when I say make deals with the devil, then when I say, and I'm not calling anybody the devil, so we're crystal clear. You know, we don't even play those games. You don't even need to make disparaging comments about another human being that the creator created. See the duality in everybody, right? Source is saying to you, you don't need to play these little silly mind games by being negative about people. You can see the creator in everybody. Source is saying to you, when these energies are trying to make you feel worthless, by trying to say you got because it looks like somebody is either saying that you kicked somebody out of something, or somebody kicked you out of something, or like you got fired from a job, or you some kind of lie. Child, just don't even. Either somebody saying you got fired from a job, or you had no choice but to leave, or something like that. Something, the death, rebirth, like something ended. Something ended. Something ended. Something ended. Something ended, like legally, or whatever. The energy that I'm picking up here on in the cards, if it was a job, because I'm looking at 8 hours or something. It looks like looking at the cards here, because the number 3 is lips, like people are talking, right? Like 3 hours, right? Like, I mean, 8 hours, something like that. Somebody says you got kicked out of something, right? You got kicked out of something, right? That would be a lie. That would be a lie. That would be people talking, like people like talking about your past, like trying to drag you into something, like making you feel like you left out of something, right? Like you feel like trying to make you feel worthless. Okay, right. But you on top of stuff. You're already on top of stuff. You're already on top of some things, right? So yeah, you thriving. So yeah, whatever. Emotionally, you feel like you hit the jackpot. A lot of wonderful things are happening for you. So yeah, that's why whoever the energy is that's trying to use you and somebody as a pawn in the game. Looking at your cards here, like I said, every word that you speak is with love, truth, and good intention. This is somebody who's just obsessed. These are two energies who are flat out obsessed with you. So whenever you see the devil card and you're talking to someone, Cancer, who, like say you're talking to someone who is also highly intuitive, and they're telling you the devil is crafty, and pull out the sword and completely cut energies off, like cut these energies, or completely cut energies off, and they're saying cut them off. Don't even second guess it, because that's how crafty the enemy is. Don't even second guess it. If you have a download or dream and so it says cut the energies off, don't even second guess it. Don't even look back. Just pray for strength, because that is how crafty the enemy is. You know what's interesting is what's the name of like usually like in scary movies, the spirit of the enemy will come as something very innocent, unassuming, where you almost feel sorry for something, right? Right. So yeah, that's what Source is trying to help somebody learn how to do. Like somebody is definitely using somebody as a pawn in the game, but you're, like I said, you're protected. When I say you fine, trying to use your words against you, it doesn't really matter. Source has you protected and covered. You're on top of all of it. You're on top of all of it. You're on top of all of it. Somebody was being used as a pawn because they're part of a team. They're part of a team to try to make you feel worthless. They've been a part of a team. Somebody has been a part of a team to try to, get behind your vault door to find out what's going on in your life. But they have been made to feel worthless. I mean, this right here, the death card right here, connects us to the Tower card by way of Scorpio, and we're not talking about any Scorpios that you know, but it also connects us with the Judgment card. So you've had two enemies for it's this particular spirit. It's a particular type of a spirit because of your sweetheart nature, Cancers. So it can come in different forms. It can come in a form of just. So you have to recognize what your temptations are. If hopefully this makes sense to somebody, you have to recognize what your temptations are, like what your demons are. That's the only way you're going to recognize that particular type of a spirit, right? When people, and let me help somebody identify something. When people that you love start an argument with you that seems like it's coming from nowhere, like they're arguing about something, like they've been holding on to something, and you feel like, wait a minute, they talking about something that from a long time ago that you thought that y'all had resolved something, and it just came up out of nowhere. Like, where did that come from? They're being used by somebody else. At that moment, you realize, okay, somebody's been talking about you behind your back because you're thriving, and somebody's trying to get some information. That's when you've identified, okay, something. That's when you've identified something. Somebody wants to know what's going on behind closed doors because somebody is confused. Remember, the devil is the author of confusion. Somebody wants to know what's going on behind closed doors because something about you seems a little bit too relaxed around the energy of money. Somebody wants to know what's going on behind closed doors, Cancer. You seem like you're a little bit too relaxed around the energy of money. Not just paper and coins. Money is energy. It's not just paper and coins. You seem a little bit too relaxed. So we got to send somebody in who already feels low about themselves, which is horrible to do to another human being. That is awful to do to somebody. Absolutely horrible to do to a person. Somebody who just wants to be a part of something, to use another human being to make them feel worthless already. To make them feel like, see, we're going to give you something, and take everything away from them. Their dignity, self-respect, their money. Make them feel worthless. Hey, I got something for you to do. Go find out what's going on in Cancer's life. They already feel worthless. But see, you on top of it because you know what your temptations are. So the moment they try to create an argument with you, you know they're being used by somebody who has already exposed themselves as being your enemy. So they're coming in as a representative of somebody who's exposed themselves as being your enemy, but you're going to have to cut both of them off. You're going to have to cut both of them off. And you're going to flat out tell them. You go and tell the one that has already exposed themselves as your enemy. If they want to know something, they're going to have to come to you directly. Let that coward come to you directly. Because you already know they're talking about you behind your back. They got something to say to you, let them come to you directly. Because you already know how they built. They're karmic. Yeah. These two right here are in a karmic relationship. It's something that's very unhealthy and very wounded, tied to money. It's tied to money. And it's actually making me sick to my stomach because I'm looking at this Five of Pentacles here. One of these energies have done something so sickening. You know what? Let me move on. Yep. Yeah, to make somebody feel so low. They're so overwhelmed. So overwhelmed at the fact that you're thriving. That you you know, believe in your dreams, Cancer, that you know, like somebody just cannot believe it. I'm not trying to stroke your ego at all. Y'all know I'm not. I don't do that on my channel. I just speak highly of all zodiac signs, because when I'm reading cards, I don't know who I'm talking to, and I don't know who has spoken overwhelm into your life, right? So I'm speaking to your highest self in reading cards. It's awful the way that people go out of their way to make people feel like this, and people will go out of their way to make you feel lowest of low. I'm not doing that on my channel. I'm not doing that, because I know what people look like at their highest. It benefits everybody. Literally, it benefits everybody. So yeah, that secret has already been exposed. It's already been exposed of what these energies did to make this energy right here feel as low as they could possibly feel. But it's being masked as we giving you a job to do. We need you to go behind and find out what's going on with Cancer. Find out what's going on in Cancer's life. Don't let that energy behind closed doors in your life. You tell them if they want to say something to you, come to you directly. Because they're bullies. They are bullies. That's been talking about you behind your back. Making this one right here feel like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. And it shows. If you really pay attention to them, it shows. It shows all over them. They can't even have their own. I don't know who this is, but whoever this is, it shows all over them. It shows all over them. Poor thing, they all burned out. You know, working them like a workhorse. They're just karmics. And so you can just see depression all over them. So yeah, something is happening. Something is happening. Something is happening. Because you're on top of it. You're on top of something. You're on top of something, and you want something to just end. You just want something to end. You want something to end. So you're on top of something. You're tired of somebody being used as a pawn in the game. These energies are jealous of you thriving. You're taking some matters into your own hand. So these energies feel like, you know, they are going to push you up. Trying to push you up against a wall. Like, it's almost like I said, you've been dealing with, like I said, bullies, you know, the entire time. And they've been trying to bully somebody else, but they're not going to bully you. I just put it that way. They're not going to bully you. Yeah, so you putting something to rest. And like I said, you're on top of something. Yeah. So you've inherited a lot of spiritual gifts. Like I said, you've inherited a lot of spiritual gifts. The baton has been passed to you. You are a very creative energy. You are a very divine being. You're a very divine being. Very creative and very divine being. And someone who, like I said before, a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. You're trying to put the past behind you. You're not being sucked and dragged into no bunch of mess. Like I said, somebody is very high vibrational. Somebody was being used as a pawn in someone's game. You're dealing with some very low vibrational energies. That's it, right? And I feel like somebody, like I said, you're like I said, you're on top of things. Every word that you speak is with truth, love, and good intention. You know, you're not trying to make a deal with the devil. You know, somebody trying to help. Child, you know what? Let's come up out of this energy for real. Let's come up out of this energy. You know, when I look at these cards right here, when I look at these, yeah, when I look at these cards, for real, you're not speaking the same love language as some people. You're just not. I'm telling you, you're just not speaking the same love language as some people. You're not speaking the same love language. Maybe yeah, Seven of Wands. Some is closed. Some is going to be closed out. This is self-defense. You're defending yourself. You'll be able to defend yourself fine. You're closing something out. It's gonna be some people that's gonna understand, won't even understand, and be like, why, trying to hold you and somebody responsible for something. They're gonna be screaming, why this, why that, but whatever. Yeah. Yeah, Ten of Cups. I'm seeing a lot of your wishes being fulfilled because this is ridiculous. Some people are just bullies. It's just ridiculous. Some people just, like I'm telling you, taking kindness for weakness. You can't even be a good-hearted person and want to do things kind for people without people trying to take advantage of a situation. That's what this is. People trying to take advantage of a situation. That's what this is. Somebody trying to start an argument with somebody because they still holding on to some mess. They can't even be an adult and have a conversation. That's what this is. Can't even have a one-on-one conversation and have a conversation with you and just say, hey, look, can we talk? Here we have resources. Use wisely and as needed. That's what this is, Cancer. They got to go get a bunch of people, you know, to create a bunch of mess. Start a bunch of mess. Go be a bunch of bullies. That's what this is. Bunch of people go get dressed up to go to court. They sit around and just because they've been sitting around gossiping, don't have nothing else better to do. Bunch of drama. The pause is the shift. Your past is down behind you. All you desire is right in front of you. Pause to reconnect with your power and follow the pull of your destiny. These energies love drama. I swear. They love drama. Love it. Love it. I've never seen anything like it. Just love it. Love it. Create issues just to be in a throat. Just sick, and some more sick. But somebody is learning. Somebody is learning what your demons are. When people try to start something, they try to start an argument, just to create something. You're going to start telling everybody that you connected to, stay away from certain energies. Stay away from them. It'll be up to them to take heed. It's going to be up to them to take heed. But you'll be cleaning your space. That is what I have for you, Cancers. Hopefully this is helpful. But yeah, this feels like loved ones. This feels like a loved one. So loved ones could be friends, family, whomever. But this feels like loved ones for you all. And so this time I feel like somebody will definitely hear you. Whoever this is, it could be your kids, it could be nieces, nephews, whoever. It could be a best friend for somebody. Whoever it is, it could be if you have a spouse or a partner, it could be maybe their kids, or it could be a student. If you're an educator, you know, that maybe you may be fostering, or there's a lot of different situations that people have going on here, but something has gone on far too long. So this bullying situation has gone on far too long. And if these energies think they're going to bully you, they got another thing coming. They're about to find out something real different. Because you're really not the 1, 2, or 3. And that's not you being, because you're not an aggressive spirit at all. Not at all. But these energies have try to push you to a limit, because that's who they are. That's who these energies are. They bullies, and you're not. But that's what they're trying to push. That's because you're a water sign, and that is who they are. That is who they are. And that's what they've been lying to people, saying that you are that, but you're not that. So you're very close to achieving your goal. That is what I have for you all. Hopefully this is helpful. But yeah, I see a lot in your reading. I see a lot in your reading, Cancers. Like I said, you all are water signs. You all are highly intuitive. I think what's going to help you all, Cancers, is to listen to any videos that's going to help it remind you all what you look like in your highest frequency. Because I do see, as a reader, I see a lot of videos that show you all in a negative light. But if you start to watch videos that show you all in your highest frequency, to remind you of how sacred water is. Our bodies are made up of a large percentage of water, and your physical body would be the earth, right? And make sure you're in spaces where you are appreciated, right? Because people will try, and water is reflective, right? You don't want to be in spaces where people are intentionally trying to manipulate your water, or at least know when to close out cycles. Like, okay, you know what? This energy is really, really, like, you know how to protect your water. You know how to protect your water. You know how to protect your water. You're in such protection of your water, like, okay, like that doesn't even bother you. Certain things don't even bother you. You already know. People are being used as a pawn, in the game. People are being used as a pawn in the game. So that's what's headed somebody's way. Somebody's being used as a pawn in the game. They want the bullying to stop. But that's what somebody already knows. Somebody's being used as a pawn in the game. So if you talk to somebody, they've already been used as a pawn in the game, because they want the bullying to stop. They're tired of feeling like the world is being, it's like a weight of the world is being used on their shoulders. And people have been pressing them forever, to get to you in some way. Because somebody feel like you got this hidden treasure behind closed doors. If you do, I mean, that's great, right? But yeah, these energies are, they that's all right. That's what I had for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.